Thomas the tank engine had worked on his Branchline for many years. You know just where to stop, Thomas, laughed his driver. You could almost manage it without me. Thomas had become conceited. He didn't realize his driver was joking. Driver says I don't need him anymore, he boasted to the others. Don't be so daft, snorted Percy. I'd never go without my driver, Toby said earnestly. I'd be frightened. Pah, boasted Thomas. I'm not scared. You'd never dare. I would then. You'll see. It was dark the next morning when the firelighter came. Thomas drowsed comfortably as the warmth spread through his boiler. He woke again in the daylight. Percy and Toby were still asleep. Thomas suddenly remembered. Silly stick in the muds, he chuckled. I'll show them. Driver hasn't come yet. He cautiously tried first one piston, then the other. They're moving, he whispered. I'll just go out and then I'll stop and wheesh. That'll make them jump. Very, very quietly he headed for the door. Thomas thought he was being clever, but really he was only moving because the careless cleaner had meddled with his controls. Thomas then found his mistake. He tried to wheesh, but he couldn't. He tried to stop, but he couldn't. He just kept rolling along. The buffers will stop me, he thought hopefully. But that siding had no buffers. Oh, horrors, he exclaimed, and shut his eyes. The station master's family were having breakfast. There was a crash. The house rocked, broken glass tinkled, and plaster peppered their plates. Thomas had collected a bush on his travels. He peered anxiously into the room through its leaves. He couldn't speak. The station master grimly strode out to shut off steam. His wife picked up her plate. You miserable engine, she scolded. Just look what you've done to our breakfast. Now I shall have to cook some more. She banged the door. More plaster fell. This time it fell on Thomas. Thomas felt depressed. The plaster was tickling. He wanted to sneeze, but he didn't dare in case the house fell on top of him. Nobody came for a long time. Everyone was much too busy. At last, some workmen propped up the house with some strong poles. They laid rails through the garden. And Donald and Douglas, puffing hard, managed to haul Thomas back to the yard. His funnel was bent. Bits of fence, the bush, and a broken window frame were festooned on his front, which was badly twisted. He looked comic. The twins laughed and left him. He was in disgrace. You're a very naughty engine. I know, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Thomas's voice was muffled behind his bush. You must go to the works and have your front end mended. It'll be a long job. Yes, sir, faltered Thomas. Meanwhile, said the Fat Controller, a diesel rail car will do your work. A diesel, sir? Thomas spluttered. Yes, Thomas. Diesels always stay in their sheds until they are wanted. Diesels never gallivant off to breakfast in station masters' houses. The Fat Controller turned on his heel and sternly walked away.